Sid in the Morning is over. We're wrapping it up.
Wrap it up!
Wrap it up!
Wrap it up! I don't like when people talk about me.
It's the Wrap It Up Podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Wrapping it up here.
God, each week flies by, it seems.
It does. It goes by so fast.
It's like-
you know what they say.
I know.
Yeah, when time flies, we
flies.
have it fun. We have a lot of fun. So at work, at least.
But it's like Fridays, I feel like the weekend's going to be so long and you just reach this point and you're just like, and then, damn, like Sunday night just comes so fast.
Especially for us,
I
because
know.
I wake up Sunday morning.
That's what Bernie said.
Yeah, or in the afternoon, already knowing that my day is going to be short. So
And you can't, I used to do that, and then my husband would always say, you can't do that because then you're just wasting all of Sunday, your free day off. I'm just worrying about Monday.
that's right.
So
I've gotten better,
you
but
have
you're
to.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Try to keep that off your mind on
So,
Sundays.
Monday, let's go flash it back all the way
Monday.
to Monday.
What did we do on Monday?
Let's see. I know, I'm trying to remember what Sid opened with.
Johnny Mathis song.
Oh, right.
Because we forgot about Johnny Mathis last week when we were doing all that
Paul Anka.
Neil Sedaka,
Oh,
Paul Anka
yeah,
stuff.
right.
So we came in with that.
I thought that was fun.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And Bernie, that guy Bernie was trying to think of that was similar to all these other artists we've decided it's Paul Williams. From
Paul
Life.
Williams. Yeah, I don't know who Paul Williams is, but apparently Bernie thinks he does.
Yeah, you were very hip. 6 o'clock hour Monday morning.
I was?
Yeah, you were hip. Paul Stanley, who was our guest in the 9 o'clock hour.
You know, Paul Stanley, the lead singer of Kiss.
Yes,
Yeah.
his book was dropping. The guys gave you some credit for that.
Yeah, I was like, his book drops on tomorrow, maybe Tuesday.
yeah.
But yeah. He turned out to be a great guest.
He was fun, and unlike we were talking about in the 6 o'clock hour, that
Yes.
the infamous Dave Navarro interview, where
That was
Navarro
our only interview gone sour, I think.
that and Omarosa.
Oh, right. She did hang up on us.
Omarosa was
Right. So Dave and Omarosa.
yes, and we also talked about the award we received Friday. I guess we only
That's right.
found out midway through the show. Though I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I did see it in my inbox when I got it in the morning, but I was like, oh, this just must be another press release or something,
Yeah.
some stupid.
I don't know what made me print it out. I was like, you know what? Let me show these boys. And I didn't realize that it was as big of a deal as it is because it's from the organization that it is a big, I don't even know, New York State Broadcasters Association.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, so Bernie and Sid will receive tomorrow, Friday, the award for most outstanding morning show.
That sounds
that's
just
pretty
about
good.
right. Yeah, that sounds what we're going for.
Yeah.
Sid saw Avengers, or did he see Avengers?
No,
he
remember-
didn't see Avengers.
Sid and Gaby went to get chocolate chip pancakes, and he says to Gabe, "So, you want to go see Avengers tonight?" This was Saturday night, and Gabe's like, "No." And Sid's like, "What do you mean, Gabe?" And Gabe's like, "Dad, I think you're the one that wants to go see it."
Yeah, because he was.
So,
and Sid's kind of like, yeah. I think
I do. But they didn't wind up going seeing it. My son actually saw it.
Yeah.
We had purchased tickets for him 2 weeks in advance.
Oh, okay.
And he saw a 10 p.m. show with his buddies. So it was a 3-hour movie. I had to wait home. He didn't get home till like 1:45. I couldn't sleep. You won't know this, Meanie, because you don't have kids, and maybe not ever, because Vic fell asleep fine. I think it's just a mom thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't sleep knowing my baby was out with his newly licensed friend. The kid's 17, my son's 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I waited up, and I was kind of like dozing on the couch, and I probably fell asleep a little bit. But as soon as the door, started making the jingle, I was like, how was it? And first I did text him, and I said, while he was in the car, I said, make sure you put your seatbelt on. And then the wise ass that he is, he texts me when he gets to the movie theater. He's like, Mom, there's been a terrible accident. I said, that's not funny.
Not funny,
Not funny,
Jack.
Jack. And you're grounded. I'm going to spank you. But so anyway, it turned out great, and he loved the movie, and it grossed over 1.2 billion worldwide. It's crazy.
It's huge.
The first weekend. That's
Yep.
so nuts. So
That's
yeah.
pretty nuts. But I feel you on the, well, not feel,
Yeah.
I've been there before. My mother would wait up for me.
Oh, my mom too, and
It's
I
tough
never
to go to
understood
sleep.
it.
Yeah.
I never, and I thought it was so stupid. I'm like, why are you wasting your night? Just go to sleep. I'm going out with my friends. I'm going to be fine. But now I get it.
Your baby, especially it's your first one, right?
And you can't just, even if it was liver, that
The
baby grew inside you. You can't just
let it go. And to think that
That's your whole life. That's my whole life.
an inexperienced driver
Yes,
out there,
exactly.
definitely interesting. We also talked about the Giants draftee who got shot, like hours after
horrible.
getting drafted, which is
And he's dead, right?
his other teammate is dead. One of the teammates
Okay.
is dead. This guy, he's going to recover, make a full
But
recovery.
will he be able to play?
I don't know. And the other thing is, the Giants drafted him. I mean, if he got in this trouble, they don't have to sign him, to a contract. They could just let him walk. I mean, you draft a guy, but you have to agree to terms
So don't you
of a contract.
when you draft someone, you don't sign a contract right then and there?
No.
Oh, I
See,
didn't know
that's the
that.
thing. That goes. I'm pretty sure that yes, like there have been instances before
Yeah.
where teams tried to avoid
Someone
it. Like,
got shot?
No, when our teams contract situations for rookies, like if Eli Manning was
Yeah.
drafted by, he was drafted by the San Diego Chargers, and then he said, I'm not going to play for you if you draft me, essentially, and he didn't sign a contract. So he gave
so
the
you
team
can
the
get-
benefit of the doubt, and they traded him.
So you can get drafted. So the Jets can draft someone, but if that person doesn't agree, then they could say no, thank you.
I'm pretty sure.
I
Yes, you
wonder.
draft the rights of the player. So you draft the rights of the player. I believe.
So did they like that whole shenanigan show that went on the draft? I know Vic was watching for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did those players know before they called their name that they were going to be drafted?
No, for the most part.
Wow,
Well,
that's so
maybe
crazy.
like 20 seconds before they'll get a phone call. They show stuff happening before they get drafted. They're on the phone
Oh, like
crying
you're-
or whatever. Yeah, and then when their name finally gets called, they walk
Because
up.
that guy who got drafted for the Giants, he just didn't seem very happy.
No, the quarterback that
So
they
he could have
took.
said no,
Well, yeah,
but
but
maybe they made him an offer. He couldn't
there's some
refuse.
stipulations, but yeah,
Okay.
it's you're not. I don't think you're obligated to sign with the
Okay.
team that drafts you, though they do
Yeah.
have the rights to you.
What else?
Yeah, so there was the Navy SEAL who was denied entry to the FDNY because he was like 6 months too old.
Yeah, we made a plea to the FDNY to hire this guy because they've made there's a certain thing like if you're over 37, I think
29.
29.
29.
Oh.
You can't get. Yes, I'm pretty sure 29 years old is the.
But this guy's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And they've made
Or 39.
I thought it was 39 or 37 or
Okay,
something like
39,
that.
yeah.
But they made special cases before where minorities were
Yeah.
crying,
Yes.
saying,
Saying,
I'm a
"This isn't
minority.
fair," yes.
And they've done it for them. So why not do it for this guy who served our country right after 9/11? Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll see. See what happens.
Joe Biden gets Botox. Sid liked that story because Sid,
'Cause Sid gets Botox.
Sid gets Botox. Though Bertie made a really good point that I don't know if you saw on The View on Friday. He did not look good. He looked like a voodoo doll almost.
Yeah.
It was like his hair is thinning. And
I don't
he's
think
got, like,
Botox can change that.
No.
It just gets rid of fine lines, I think.
No, and again, as we said last week, probably we are looking forward to these debates to see.
Oh,
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Not going to be as fun as when Trump was on the stage.
No, but it's just to see them implode on each other is
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah, it'll be-
already. Last week or 2 weeks ago, they were talking about the reparations thing.
Yes.
And that not them all. Oh, and convicts, felons voting.
Being able to
all
vote.
not all of them agreed on that.
So
and
ridiculous.
Kamala Harris is backtracking. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, we'll see. It's so funny, but then in the end, they all come around and support that one Democratic
Yeah.
candidate. They'll bash them on stage, but then be like, "Oh no, we're supporting them."
Right, because
So
they got to
funny.
be they
They
got to
have
beat
to.
Trump. They got to beat Trump.
Yeah.
Rich Lowry, our Monday morning 7:40 guest, was
Yeah.
on. He was up early though in California.
Oh,
which
my
was always
God,
Nice. So
yes.
God bless him. Thanks, Rich, if you're listening
Yep.
for doing that. We love you.
440.
440.
Crazy.
Also, that guy. Bernard got an email in the middle of the show on Monday from Curtis to let him know that the guy who was arrested like 3 times and stole the taser from the cops last week and tased the cops.
Yeah.
Got arrested again for beating up a corrections officer.
Yep.
It just doesn't stop.
Just doesn't stop.
No. The other big topic on Monday was the cartoon in the New York Times
That was-
depicting Trump and
The New York Times
Jews as
has,
dogs.
Yes, they've apologized, but it's too late. The screenshot was grabbed, and we had the great Alan Dershowitz on to defend. And Alan made a good point. He said, "Where is the outcry from the left? Where is Congresswoman Ilhan Omar? Where is Bernie Sanders? Where is Chuck Schumer? Like, how come none of these people, especially Chuck? I mean, he's Jewish. None of them are denouncing."
Yeah, so Dershowitz was awesome on that. Also, Bernie gave us some background on the war that took place in Israel between Palestine or whatever, and they got the Golan Heights. And, so our song of the week this week was
Oh, I liked it.
Carrie Underwood, Southbound.
Southbound, yes. We
Catchy
played that.
catchy tune. Last week, what was it? That was the Dirty Honey song we
Yeah,
had.
I like the Luke Bryan song better.
Knocking Boots.
Knocking Boots.
We like the country stuff. We're warming up to that country.
I
It's
can't
good.
believe I like country. I could have sworn I would never like country, and I did swear. I said, ugh, but I really like it.
Yeah, now it's gotten a little
Weird.
more poppy.
Yeah.
It's funner to
That's
listen to.
Right, we like that, the pop country.
Sir Joe Tacopina joined
Yes.
us in the 9 a.m. hour on Monday.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe was recently knighted or whatever, I don't know, in Venice. I really didn't catch all
I
of
didn't
it.
know that, but he owns a soccer team.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Milan, I believe
Milan.
he owns a soccer team. So he was on, and then we had Paul Stanley
The
of
great Paul Stanley of Kiss.
of Kiss, who we found out listened to WABC growing
I
up.
know, that was so
pretty-
cool.
gave
And
us-
he was naming all these old DJs, and he's a New York guy. So he said he wants to come in next time. He's going to come in studio, and he was just great. I really liked the interview. Smart guy, and he also said it's sad what's going on with all this anti-Jewish
Yes,
stuff.
it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
bring that up with him.
So we'll meet him, and I hope to meet him and Gene at the same time. What a picture that will be.
Oh man, that'd be something
Yeah.
else. And finally, on Monday, Sid told a great story about his Soul Cycle friend doing an
very
entire
gay.
class in drag,
I
as
love
well
that.
as A. Marie, our friend A. Marie, who will be headlining
Caroline's.
Caroline's coming up.
Yeah.
And
That was great. Yeah.
oh, and then he talked a little bit about Danielle running marathons and the charity that she's doing it for. And
Yeah, the kids who can't smile, born with cleft palates.
Palates.
So it's a great. If you guys want to donate, it's on Sid's
Sid's
all of his
Facebook
social
page,
media. Yeah,
As
So-
he probably, you probably, if you listen to the program,
Yeah.
Sid let you know he's got social media, baby. So that was Monday.
And then there was Tuesday.
Tuesday, almost over the hump. Tuesday.
Almost.
Oh, Tuesday, you were telling me a story about how your son wanted to go.
Oh yeah,
to,
yeah. I picked him up from track on Monday, and he gets in the car and he's like, "Mom, so and so from my track team wants to take me on the boat. Me and these two other kids on Saturday. We're going to go to Connecticut. So we're across the water. It's probably I'm guessing like an hour. And
So
a
you're
half.
in the North Shore?
Yeah, we're in the North Shore,
Okay.
and Connecticut's right across the water.
Yeah.
And so it would probably take him like an hour and a half, I think, to get there. Yeah. So he tells me he's going to Connecticut on Saturday with these four boys, and the kid has a license to drive. And first of all, I don't buy that.
License to drive a boat.
A boat.
Yeah.
Then I had a bunch of friends tell me it can't be a real
No.
captain's license.
No.
I mean, I'm not stupid. I know that they're definitely going to have beers on the boat.
Uh-huh.
And I was 16, 17 once too. So
Yeah.
there's no way. So I said to him, okay, yeah, we can all go. And he just started cracking up. He's like, you can't go. And I'm just like, no, that's the only way you're going. He's like, Mom, I know, it's tough being a parent these days, but I'm almost an adult and it's my life. So I'm going to do what I want.
Jeez.
This is what he says, and I'm just having a flashback to when I said that to my mom.
Uh-huh.
It's just, you'll see.
Yeah.
It comes full circle. It's so funny.
So Tuesday we were talking a
Yeah.
lot about Sid's appearance at the New York Times protest, which we were all very proud of.
Yeah,
Sid
I
to
mean,
do that,
kudos
get out
to
there.
Sid. He went down Monday. He was tired, doing the show and all these other responsibilities, and he went down there and he sounded just like a politician, but he had 0 cue cards, 0 index cards, and he just flowed. He was really good, and he spoke up for the Jewish people, and he was with Alan Dershowitz.
Yeah, Alan, who we had on the show on Monday.
Yes, and that's a coincidence. And then Assemblyman Dove Heikkinen, and he actually came on Tuesday as well. But Sid, I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, he really
Kicked some ass.
spoke well.
Yeah, he did.
He
Not that
spoke
well, yeah.
better than Joe Biden.
Absolutely, which was a topic of contention on Tuesday
God.
as well.
Joe Biden was slurring. What was that?
Guy's old. I mean, he's not probably as sharp as he used to be.
Yeah.
And that's just
Kind
to
of felt
say-
bad for him.
I kind of felt
Yeah.
bad for him too. I kind of feel like he's getting forced into this to,
Oh,
to
yeah.
run.
Yeah.
And that's-
Because otherwise it's just Bernie Sanders, really.
yeah.
I mean, the other people don't have a shot.
No, and I mean that's what it's gonna come down to is him and Bernie Sanders and maybe Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
Right.
Or whatever,
Oh, yeah, that's
who-
true. We
who-
can't really get rid of Pete. He's rising.
He is a gay, mayor, liberal mayor from
Very
South
smart
Bend.
guy.
Yes.
He went to Harvard and Oxford.
Yep.
And he we talked about him. He bowed down to Al Sharpton, had a meeting with him. and-
lunch.
Lunch.
At
Okay.
Sylvia's, yes.
And Sharpton had a piece of toast, and they're not sure if Buttigieg had any of Sylvia's, which would be a hate crime.
No, I think it was the other way around.
Oh, okay.
So, Buttigieg was definitely eaten.
He
it
was?
Sharpton who wasn't eaten.
Okay.
I may be wrong. I don't know.
All right.
I try to.
I hope Buttigieg ate that.
No, I saw him
Sylvia's
eating
food.
something, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him eating something under the table. It's we won't get into that. Yeah.
We also talked about how politicians today have to be squeaky clean, and
That's why Sid can't run.
yeah, that's because after the Sid speech on Monday, everyone was saying, "Sid, you got
Sid, you gotta
to run for office. Run for office."
I
And-
did it as well, but I'm saying, since Trump ran, I don't think you have to be squeaky clean anymore. Bernie said you have to be squeaky clean. I disagree. 'Cause Trump was just all in it, and he didn't give a crap. He was who he was. Sid could be like, I did drugs. I was a horrible person. Or not horrible, but I got into trouble.
did some bad things. Yeah, not the greatest
And here I
things.
am now. I have 2 kids. I have a wife, and I don't, squeaky clean.
It's all most of it's out there. I mean, that's the thing with Trump too. His all of his past whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it was already out there. Affairs and
Yeah.
except for the Stormy Daniels thing
Yeah,
and
that
whatever
came out. That
else.
was
I
good.
mean, and he dodged
Nobody
that
cares.
pretty well.
He
Yeah,
still won.
Newt Gingrich came on, and what is with Fox News, Fox 5 News?
Fox 5.
Oh my God,
Fox 5 and
taking all of our guests.
Or do we take theirs? I
Or
don't
do we
know.
take theirs?
Or,
Yeah.
or do we have similar minds, the producers?
Great
and
minds
us?
think alike.
Yeah, we have very similar guests to them. Like not yesterday, Monday we had Paul Stanley, and then Tuesday they had Paul Stanley.
Yep.
Tuesday we had Newt. They had Newt. It's funny.
It is.
That's why we keep their show on during the show because I just love watching it.
Yeah, we don't even have to listen. We just watch.
Yep.
They got great guests.
And we watch because Matt also is in love with Jen Lammers.
I mean, how could you not be in love with her?
I love her because
I mean-
she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, she's
But
beautiful.
You want to bang her?
Well, that's nothing. I mean,
I don't wanna bang
There's
her.
a lot of women that I want to bang.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I do.
But she is like a Barbie doll.
Yeah,
she's
she's stunning, and I love watching Suki because
Stookie
she
is-
makes me smile.
she
and she's
does.
a beautiful, beautiful.
She is
woman.
beautiful too. I'm
So-
not knocking Suki at
No,
all. She's beautiful
I
as
want to
well.
have drinks with her.
Want to have drinks and bang her as well. There you go. And then we had Dove Hyken again talking
Yeah.
about this New York Times
Very proud of
political
Sid.
count. Yes. And then news broke, I guess, on Monday that Woodstock
Yeah.
thing, the tribute thing,
Woodstock
they're going to have
50.
They're going to have state in Watkins Glen this
Yeah.
summer. It's
Canceled.
not happening. And we got into a discussion about, anyway, like
Oh,
that
right.
it's so far away from the original site of Woodstock. They're having like Jay-Z and Miley Cyrus and all
Right.
these random artists that aren't really have no connection to Woodstock. And
what was Sid saying? That most of the artists in the first Woodstock were white.
yeah,
And-
except for like Sly and the Family
Sly.
Stone, Jimi Hendrix, and
Right.
there may have been another
but
one.
he's like, to have someone like Jay-Z, and he's like, there shouldn't be rappers there. It should just be all
White rock and roll.
rock and roll.
Which I mean, I get. I mean, none of the
Yeah.
none of the acts. I guess now it's just become so.
there are no more Jimi Hendrix.
No, music back then. Music kind of blended
Blend
together.
together, yeah.
Now like you had Sly and the Family Stone and Canned Heat are two different bands,
Right.
but from
Yeah.
opposite ends of the spectrum at the time. But now it's like you're really far
Oh,
opposite with rap
Now
and
you
hip
have like
hop.
Cardi B,
Yeah.
or Linkin Park. Everybody's so
Yeah,
different.
I think the spectrum has broadened.
Yep.
So we talked about that.
And then we had Sid's friend Bren
Bren Rapp and Jessica Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Bren is a producer in the industry, and she's producing this off-Broadway play
about
her
autism, and it's a real. It's based on real experiences from Jessica Kavanaugh's life and her son, who.
It's called hang on, self-injurious behavior.
There you go.
Yeah, she was raising her son alone, basically, and he had severe autism, and she had to deal with him for about 7-8 years until she had to put him in a home where she was only allowed to see him once a month at first. She said Tuesday on the air that it helped him immensely become the person he is today. She could not have done it herself, and a lot of kids out there, a lot of parents and single moms are dealing with this, where they're raising their severely disabled or severely autistic kids alone, and you guys don't have to do it alone. There are places, group homes that can help.
There's help out there. Nothing wrong with asking for help.
Right.
So Bren Rapp wrapped up Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right. So Friday Eve, another one of my favorite days of the week.
Friday. It's our Friday Eve, yes.
Yeah. So, and since we're doing this after the show, it's essentially Friday for us. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So Friday's show or Thursday's show is over. Friday
And Wednesday.
and Wednesday.
We need to get to Wednesday because we did Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, that's right, Flipper. You were not here
Yes,
Wednesday.
I left. Remember, I was here, but I left early.
Flipper tried to get a press pass
Yeah,
and was denied.
that was fun. I went down to One Police Plaza. I had to leave a little early, and I had to wait an hour. And then I applied for a press pass, and I gave them examples of myself being on the air. and I got dejected.
Bye-bye, right?
Bye-bye.
See you later.
So, no.
So Wednesday, what the hell did we do on Wednesday?
Hump day.
Hump day. You weren't here for the 9 o'clock hour, but we had
Right.
Kieran Lawler and 6 o'clock.
He was great, Kieran Lawler.
Yes, talking about the Simpsons episode that took shots in upstate New York, which I'm sure some of our listeners live in.
So Simpsons played a very funny song about upstate. How upstate is a little bit different from the rest of New York City and Long Island. It's just a little different.
And the status of it now and what's going on up there. And, people are leaving at a high rate. And Cuomo's like, oh, well, why are these people leaving?
Right.
It's not my fault.
And Sid gave the top 10 disgusting places of upstate. I had no idea that Binghamton is number 2.
Poorest cities.
The
yes.
poorest. Okay,
yeah.
poorest. Not disgusting. Okay.
Yeah, and
poorest.
poorest Binghamton.
What was number 1? New State?
New Square,
New
which is
Square.
in Rockland County, which I know exactly where it is. It's a little inlet
yeah.
it's off the Palisades Parkway.
New Square is where the measles outbreak started.
Yes, that and Borough Park or Williamsburg, Brooklyn. They said.
But so Binghamton, I'm surprised because it's actually the number 1 SUNY school.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest to get into. You need at least a 1400 on your SATs. But if my son does wind up getting that, I kind of don't want him to go there now because the town is such a shithole.
Yeah. So I mean, I had a friend that went there.
So he's smart.
He's pretty smart. I mean, I don't know. A lot of Asians there, which is there's nothing wrong.
they're
But
very smart, meaning.
population,
Very
it's
hard
interesting.
workers.
Yeah. So Kieran Lawler was on Wednesday at 6 a.m. Sid still thinks that Neil Cavuto is a schmuck, and that
yes.
came up because
like
Bill
a-
Donahue was on.
Yeah, president of the Catholic League.
Yes, who came on to talk about his book and just, all the religious attacks that are happening almost on I guess you could say a weekly basis in the past month. It's disgusting.
Bill Donahue actually said that this is the most anti-Semitism he has seen, what's going on today.
And that's coming from the president of the Catholic
Right.
League. And he's seen a lot.
And so, yeah, but before that, Sid was trashing Neil Cavuto. He says, I forgot what his beef is with him.
Well, his beef, for one, he doesn't think he's that great on the air, I believe. That's
Right.
one of them. Also, the second thing with what sparked
Because he
this
was
whole
rude
thing
to Bill Donahue.
was he hung up on Bill Donahue. So I think that really just set to, got the ball rolling with Sid
Yeah,
on
and Bernie
Neil
was trying to
Cavuto.
defend Cavuto and other Fox News hosts that Sid was bashing.
Yeah.
And then Sid said that Bernie loves and is in love with all of Fox News. And we kind of...
Well, we laughed. You
Laughed.
said you went on there. You went on the air and said
Yeah, I
Sid,
said-
you're a little kid.
I was like, Sid thinks like a little kid because he's just like, well, I don't like Cavuto and you like them, so you're this and he just reminds me so much of my son when he was in 4th grade.
That's what we have, people. Yeah, it's a lot of
It's
fun,
so
though.
funny.
It is funny. We also talked about Pete Buttigieg not eating the fried chicken at Sylvia's when he had lunch with Al Sharpton.
Yes, I wonder what he
earlier in the
did
week.
eat there. We won't know. We won't say.
No, I don't know.
No.
We're not going to
Not
say.
gonna
Not
go
going to make
there.
any speculations.
No.
So we apparently do have some power because there was somebody listening to our show up by Sid's dad, where
Oh,
Sid's dad
yeah.
is in the hospital,
Yeah,
and in
not
fact
in good shape. He fell down.
fell down.
We were going to play the cut. I've fallen and I can't get up. But
we just couldn't find the right time. And I was kind of like, Flipper, I can't do this.
And I'm like,
she's
play it.
Just do it. Blame it on me. And I was like, all right, here we go.
we gotta laugh. There's so much bad news.
Yes.
I always feel like we have to laugh.
Laughter
Best
takes care.
medicine.
Yes, it is.
That and vodka.
That and vodka.
Wash a little laughter down with a shot of vodka. You'll be happy forever.
You're good. You are good. So that guy brought bagels to Sid's dad in the hospital.
Yeah, one of
which
our
was awesome.
listeners. So that was so nice. So nice.
So nice. We also talked about there was Mike Francesa, the radio host over at WFAN. He called into their morning show and got into it with Boomer and Gio, who that's their morning show over there at WFAN.
Yeah, he supposedly they misquoted him about some guy named Gettleman. He's the Giants guy or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the guy who got shot, the
Okay.
Giants. So, but that we talked about that. That was funny just
Yeah.
to see Mike. Hearing Mike yell is funny in itself.
It is funny. I mean, I never heard of all of these WFAN people until Sid.
Yeah.
So now I know who Mike Princess is, and I know who the Boomer and Gio guy are.
Yeah. So then we had Joseph Abood, who is in every week at 8:25. He was in Japan.
Yes, he was saying how immaculate it is, and also how the subway systems run impeccably.
Yeah.
And the train systems, and that's the opposite of here.
Yeah. There's a train, he said, that runs 200 miles an hour.
But they're never late, and they're so smooth.
Yep.
So why doesn't that happen here? It's a puzzle to me.
Well, it's a puzzle to everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody could figure it out. The damn thing.
Yeah, is it the people that run it? Are they stupid, or is it the equipment?
It's the equipment is old. The people that are in charge are,
Dumb.
it's a lot of politics involved, so they're never going to make a decision.
All right.
So,
Well, we got to follow the Japanese.
the Japanese, yes. So he was there. He also said the art culture there is out of this world, and it's something to see. He said you got to go visit.
Yeah, I kind of want to go, but what do you say? It's like an 18-hour flight or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's too long.
it is long. I've never been over an ocean, and
Oh no! Have you ever been to Mexico?
I've never been to Mexico. I've been to Canada. That's really it.
Wait, so Canada?
Couple of the
do you go over
states.
an ocean to get to Canada?
No.
Okay.
That's it. No.
Oh, there's an ocean above Canada, right? Is that the Arctic?
Yeah, the Arctic Ocean.
Okay.
The Arctic? Antarctic? There's
No.
ones on top
Wow,
and
we
ones
are
on the
really
bottom.
dumb.
Yeah. we could blame it on being tired, but I just don't know,
Yeah, let's
honestly.
do that.
Sid, his bucket list, Sid gave us some of his bucket list things, ideas. One of them was going to the Kentucky Derby, which is on Saturday, and we talked a little bit about that. Bucket list. Empire done with Jesse Smollett.
Right.
The Avengers.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you later. The Avengers.
They're recruiting.
Yeah. Excuse me. The NYPD was recruiting recruits.
During the Avengers movie, like within the Avengers movie, they're trying to get your kids to join the NYPD. So parents, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that. If my son went to see it, but he didn't tell me he wants to join the NYPD. He wants to be a doctor. He wants to make a lot of money.
Yeah, also, Bernie Sanders suggesting that the Avengers profits that they made, the $1.2 billion, and the Disney movie, Disney should pay their workers because they get paid like duty.
Yeah, you know what?
Shit.
You know what I heard? Bernie Sanders donated only $17,000 with all the millions that he has made to charity. So
Unbelievable.
maybe he should donate some of his money.
Yeah. You see what's going on in Venezuela,
Hypocrisy.
Bernie? You
Yeah.
see what's going on in Venezuela?
go give them
That's
some money.
socialism. All right.
Yep.
So Thursday, Friday Eve, as we mentioned off the top there, that you weren't here on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
Friday Eve, we gave away a ton of tickets.
Yes, we
to
have joined.
shows.
Yes, we have partnered with Live Nation, and we're giving them away. I think all this week, all next week.
So stay tuned, people.
Yeah, a lot of good concerts coming up.
Who doesn't like anything free? And this is, I mean, people say nothing's really free in life.
Well,
This is actually free.
Yeah. I mean, you have to pay for the gas to get there, but still, your enjoyment is free that night.
You don't have to worry about getting a
Yeah,
ticket.
bitch.
We got them for you.
Got 'em.
So, yeah, Lindsey Graham dropped an F-bomb on TV on Wednesday, so we talked about that.
Just hearing Lindsey Graham say "bucking," sorry, kids, it's so funny.
It was hilarious. I don't know if you watched it or not, but he's just reading the text messages
Yes.
between Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, and he
Stroke this. It was funny. I
Trump
watched-
is a fucking retard.
That's quoted by Lindsey.
That
not
is-
us. Oh no, that's quoted by what Lindsey
Peter
read.
Strzok
Yeah,
or Lisa Page or whatever.
Yeah, funny.
Lindsey Graham, yeah. So we talked a little about that because that was in relation to Bill Barr being on the Hill yesterday getting grilled by Congress.
Yeah, I still don't understand what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Sid had a beef, which really carried
Really?
the whole
Sid got in
show.
a fight with someone?
He's got beef.
Huh.
Got beefs,
Yeah.
man. Multiple beefs.
Where's the beef?
Where is the beefs?
Yeah.
Bill Ritter.
He's
Apparently is-
local 7 news guy, and Sid saw Craig Carton on with Bill Ritter a couple of weeks ago, so that sparked Sid to private message Bill saying that he should have Sid on his show this Sunday to talk about the New York Times portrayal of the anti-Jewish cartoon that they published.
Yep.
And Bill did not respond as of this morning, and then Sid put out a call to all of the listeners to tweet
him and go after him on social media. Go get him. I think just go get him and try
make him
bombard
put me on. And then Bill finally, actually Joe Nolan, our awesome traffic guy, texted Bill because he knows him and said, "Listen, read your Twitter feed." And he was getting bombarded on Twitter, and he did finally respond back to Sid, in a nice neutral private tweet.
Neutral is the
Neutral.
word. We were saying it's kind of, Bernie was just boilerplate, which is just standard, you have a press release that you send out. It's like, okay, just send this to everybody,
Right.
So the response that Sid got was along the lines of that, which prompted Sid to
did finally read the private message from Bill, and at first when he first showed it to me, I'm like, oh, that's nice, he seems sweet. And then when Bernie heard the message, it was kind of like a nice way of saying no to Sid. He told Sid that we already booked the head of the ADL, who happens to be somebody who worked with Obama. So then it sparked Bernie to say, that is so wrong, and then it fired Sid up, and then Sid went on to blast him some more. So poor
What
nice
Sid does
Bill
best.
Ritter. Yeah.
Love it. He goes after people.
Yeah.
This was funny. We did win that award for most outstanding morning show.
Yes.
And we didn't get an email from our program director, with everyone CC'd saying, congratulations to the show. We
Right.
didn't get that. So Sid
actually told Craig that you need to email us
Yes.
and congratulate us.
So that happened, and then Sid sent an email to, I guess, all the higher-ups, not only at WABC, but at
The
Cumulus Media, saying pretty much just congratulating ourselves, making them recognize us.
That was very
That's
funny.
how we got to get things
And
done.
Very Sid. And guess what? Crickets from them.
Yep, nothing. Didn't get any response back.
Yes.
So, also, and Thursday was Holocaust Remembrance Day,
yeah.
and we talked a lot about that. We had Rabbi Joe Potasnik on.
He's a great guy.
He is. And
We did some Jill on the street. We talked to the idiots on the street downstairs.
Yes.
And a lot of people called in about it, saying, "How could you guys be like so easy and not angry when you hear
how stupid these
yeah,
people
because
are."
they're the ones voting." And Bernie said, "You got to wear a psychological helmet."
Yeah, and full disclosure, Flipper likes to go after like the homeless people.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, the characters. We look for characters
Not
when we go
homeless, but like because we got two women, that were clearly not homeless, and that the first guy that we got, he I think he actually works in our building.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he does. Yes.
yeah, we like to get colorful. We don't always do, but
No, but that's we try to get the pulse of the city, and I think
Yeah.
we do a good job of doing that.
We does.
We do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that. We did that later in the day. So we're
Yeah,
sorry. It was
yeah.
at 9:25 instead of 8:25.
It was fun.
And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we talked about Ricky Schroeder, who was arrested for the second time this month for
Sid
domestic
had
violence.
me cut the end scene of the movie The Champ, which I had never seen. Ricky Schroeder is a 5-year-old boy. John Voight played his father, and his father dies in front of him. And I'm watching it this morning, hysterically crying. And Sid felt bad. He comes to my desk. He's like, "I'm so sorry to mean to make you cry watching this, but it was so sad." And now to hear that Ricky Schroeder is a woman beater is even sadder than that.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then finally, we'll wrap it up here. Oh, Corey Johnson wants inmates to get cell phones. We touched on that at the end. Also, this was really surprising that Bernie didn't know Trump's favorite movie.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that Bernard... It's
right
an
up Bernie's
all-time
alley.
It's right
Yeah.
up Bernie. Bernie likes those old-fashioned Time
Yeah.
Turner classic movies. And Bernie's sitting there.
It's like he couldn't get it.
Sid was giving him hints.
Yeah.
And as soon as Sid gave one hint, I was like, Rosebud. And
then he finally got Citizen
Kane. So
Yep.
that was that. That was
it.
the week
That's
of Bernie and Sid. You got anything going on this weekend there, Flip?
Let's see. Do I have anything going on? I don't think so. But something always comes up. I don't know. Kid stuff. What about you, Meanie?
No, I don't think. Next weekend's Mother's Day, so I thought my brothers were texting me this week.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do for
Get
Mother's
Mom,
Day?
yeah.
I'm like, I was under the impression that it was this weekend, so a little pressure
Well, you got
off
some
there.
time now.
Yeah. One of my friends is coming. He lives in Connecticut now. He's going
Staying
back
with
to
you?
no, he's going back to Long Island. So we're going to stop and get lunch probably. And
That means lunch and drink.
lunch and drinks,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
We're going to catch up on our
changes.
sleep and just have
Absolutely, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And
fun. So with that said, see you guys on Monday.
yeah, that's it. See you. Talk to you on Monday.
Peace!